Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we're talking Love Island USA, and also shout out to Reddit. Shout out to Reddit and your conspiracy theories about me. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I guess, like the song says, you're that chick when you cause all this conversation. But here's the thing. If some of you take off your Stan hats and evaluate the facts and evaluate what is actually happening and what isn't happening, you would see that I am correct. People, you are free to DM me. That's why it's there in the description box for you to DM me on my social media accounts. And people have, if they wanted to discuss something that I've said in the video about them and we've cleared the air and we're good. If there was something completely wrong and, they wanted to right that wrong or what have you, then we've heard it. But if not, then that tells me until otherwise, what I'm saying is true. And what I'm saying is I'm onto something. And there's reasons why. So, again, as of now, there's been no sighting of CINCO with Trina, nor has there been a sighting with CINCO and Leslie. And if CINCO wants to prove me wrong, he'll post on his social media him with Trina today or him with Leslie today. Actively today, like as in Sunday today, February 27th, almost the end of Black History Month. And what does that say in Black History Month that the black man from this cast is ignoring and ostracizing the other black woman in the cast who lives in LA because you are acquiescing to the fan base of the other black woman in the franchise, even though you're not even with her? You are acquiescing and you are giving in to the division, the divide and conquer, where people pin black women against each other. Because this is what looks shady. This is what looks shady, ignoring the other black cast member of Love Island. The black female cast member of Love Island. Looks very shady, looks very disgusting. Oh yeah, we're going to take it there. We are going to take it there because nothing else makes sense. Because if you want to say that you are not avoiding Trina because of Cash's fans and the stuff that was wrongly reported and spread by the fan base, that, alleging that you were with Trina and Leslie and Kyra and still nobody has DM'd me any receipts that you were there. So I'm inclined to believe you weren't, and they misinterpreted the voice that they heard. Because I don't understand how a male voice has you this pressed to make up a lie so that people can bully and slander Trina some more. And it's interesting, like I said in other videos, because Trina wasn't the only Islander in the videos that was posted by Leslie and Kyra. Leslie and Kyra were also in those same videos, and some of you were shaming them, saying it was inappropriate for them to be dancing in lingerie. And they were dressed in lingerie because they had a lingerie event to go to called Boobs and Boots at a saloon in LA. It was for an event. And even if it wasn't for an event, what is the issue? Why are you pressed about what these Islanders are doing? And so with that, CINCO did a post today about how the light hits differently and everything else. And he's posting pictures with like the fake smile on his face, pretending everything's all good. And, that's great. That is great. And posting, him with, the brunch that happened yesterday with Kyra and Yaman and also posting in his stories him at the club last night with Bennett, with Johnny, with Jeremiah, with Yaman again, and some other people. Some other people not named Trina, not named Leslie, but Kyra was there. And if you guys will recall, in Trina's stories, she said in one of her Q&As that was recent, who was she closest to in the cast currently? And one of those people was Kyra. She said Kyra was her ride or die. So it is very peculiar to me that Trina's ride or die is allowed to be around CINCO, even though 24 hours prior to that, you were calling Kyra every name but the child of God. But since Trina isn't there yesterday, it's okay. Kyra's protected. There's no issue if you see Kyra with CINCO. But my question is, if Kyra is Trina's ride or die, why can CINCO be around Kyra and have Kyra there with him and Yaman and not see Trina, her good friend? It looks very shady, it looks very suspicious, and it looks like you're giving in to the fans that bullied you and came for your father, CINCO. And until I see any evidence of you with Trina or you with Leslie while you're in LA, I'm calling BS. Because it is not right to do that. Don't say all this stuff in your interviews and hype up this trip and hype up different things that you were going to do and things that you had planned and things that you were saying you were going to do and then completely renege on it. No. But it just looks very shady as hell that the other black female cast member in your season that was one of the OG Islanders, you're refusing to see as a result of the lie that was spread on social media by CashApp's fans that started with her friend. We have to keep it a buck, you guys. We have to keep it a buck because the story specifically said that CashApp's friends were being shady and that to not tag her into the quote shady shit that CINCO's doing. Excuse my language because I don't like to curse, especially not on the Lord's Day. But that was what the story said. And here we are, 3 days later, I still have no receipts of what shady thing CINCO was doing or where CINCO even was on Thursday. I have no receipts that CINCO was even with Leslie, Kyra, or Trina on Thursday. So, again, it was fake news set up to bully Trina. Because if you were that upset about Kyra being around CINCO, why was it okay for Kyra to be around CINCO yesterday? Why wasn't there a post yesterday about Kyra spending the day with CINCO? And how, that's not a good friend. Where was that post? I missed it. I must have missed it because I didn't see it. So, again, it just tells me this is a weird obsession with Trina. Trina, by far, out of everybody in the cast, gets the most hate, gets bullied the most, gets treated like crap, and I'm sick of it. I am completely and utterly sick of it. And here's the thing. You don't have to like these Islanders. You can prefer some over others. You can have your faves and this and that. But what we're not going to do is bully people. That's too far. Now, if there is something specific in action that you don't like that one of these Islanders did, that's one thing. But it's a whole nother ball game when you're attacking them and you're attacking their relatives and you're sending death threats to them. All over because you wanted a certain relationship to flourish. Like, why? Seriously, it's just a TV show. It is just reality television. Nobody owns CINCO. Okay? like what is happening, you guys? What is happening? But real talk, I am tired of the bullying against Trina for real. Like, it has to stop. It has gone too far. It has happened for too long, and I'm sick of it. And like I said, CINCO, if you want to prove me wrong, if you want to prove me wrong that you have not avoided all traces of Trina and Leslie since the fake story was put out there that you were, quote, doing something shady behind Cash's back, then show the receipts today. Show you today, Sunday, February 27th, 2022, out with Trina and out with Leslie. Put it in your stories. Put a post on your Instagram so I know that it's real. But I know you're not going to do that. I know the Cash fans got to you. Because if they didn't, you wouldn't care and you would hang out who you want to hang out with. But because you're specifically ostracizing Trina in particular, and by extension Leslie, you're telling everybody what your decision is and who got to you. And it proves it's a lie. It proves it's a lie, because if you were going to see Trina, you would have. Or if you planned on it and got scared away by the fans, here we are. But you have the opportunity to prove me wrong today and show the receipts that you actually went to hang out with Trina and Leslie. You went to brunch with them. You spent a whole day with them, just like you did yesterday with Kyra. And we're not going to see it, you guys. We're not going to see it. Because CINCO is scared. CINCO is scared of the backlash. And he doesn't realize there's going to be more backlash if he shows up on another reality show and wants people to root for him and wants people to support him. And they're going to come back to this LA trip where you ignored Trina because you were scared of backlash. You ignored the other black woman, the other OG black woman in the cast who lives in LA, because you were scared of backlash. You were scared of social media reaction from somebody that you don't even follow anymore. So why would they care? Make it make sense, because the math doesn't math to me right now as to why somebody that you've unfollowed still has a hold on you like this, still has you in a hold to where you cannot say or do anything without their permission, and you're only allowed to see certain people, or it's going to be a problem, even though you're not even with the person. Prove me wrong and spend the day today with Trina like you spent the day yesterday with Kyra. But if not, everything that I say stands. Because everything up until this point has proved what I've said has been true. So if it's not the fans that got to you, that scared you, that you weren't scared of backlash and how you were being perceived on social media, spend the rest of your LA trip with Trina. Prove it. Put it on your Instagram so I know that it's real. Just like you posted today your pics with Kyra and Yaman. But you're not going to do it, CINCO. You're not, because you're scared. You're even deleting comments now. You're even deleting comments now that are calling you out. If it's fake news and if it's not real, why not just post a picture of you and Trina, or post an active video of you and Trina today doing something together to shut everyone up? That's literally all you have to do. but you're not going to because you don't want the backlash. And to also further avoid backlash, you're ostracizing Trina on purpose, and that is a very shitty thing to do. Excuse my language. But yeah, that is all the thoughts that I have on this. Like I said, my DMs are always open, and people have DM'd me if they wanted to discuss something. If they wanted to clarify something that I said about them in their videos. There is no issue with that. I have no issue with that. But it's literally been, 3 days? Since that story, that post happened on Instagram, alleging that CINCO was doing something shady, alleging that Cash's friends were doing something shady, and I have yet to see what was shady. Because I have yet to see CINCO with Trina this entire time. I have no receipts that Trina and CINCO even interacted this whole LA trip up until this point. But literally, if that is not true, put it on the gram so I know it's real. Put it on the gram so I know today, February 27, 2022, you are doing something with Trina. But I already know what's not going to happen. So we'll see. We will see, you guys. But that's all the thoughts I have. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again soon.